Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I will be doing the 3 marker challenge. As always, the materials that I use will be listed on the box down below. The colors that I got were coral, dusty pink, and peach, all from the Hobby Color brand. Now, I was very scared to do this challenge at first because first, I just recently got into the marker medium, and second, I don't have a lot of markers to choose from. So, being limited to just some colors really scared me. But I did enjoy this challenge a lot, and I really want to do a few more in the future because I think they are good practice and it was just a lot of fun. So, I really do hope to do more in the future. I started my sketch with some pink lead because I thought that since all the colors or the markers that I got were pink, it was going to be a lot easier to blend the lead in with the pink markers. I really wanted to do a spring, very florally piece because of the markers that I got, and I was very happy with the result of my sketch. Um, at this point, my camera heated up a bit and it stopped recording. But what I did was that I just went over the pink sketch with a purple colored lead and just further defined the lines that I wanted for my final sketch. After the sketch was done, I went over to do some color studies. Color studies are very useful to do before going into color and illustration because they do help a lot with color placement, and you just don't mess up the illustration trying to figure out where each color goes. I did 3 sketches and only 2 color studies. I settled for the second one because it was the one that I liked the most, and I felt it wasn't necessary to do another one since I really liked that one. For my coloring process, I used the dusty pink marker for the hair. And the bad thing, or not necessarily bad, but the thing that I'm very iffy about these markers is that they don't have a brush nib. They only have the chisel nib, which is this one, and a very small bullet nib. And I personally don't like either of them, but they work just fine. The chisel nib really did help me a lot in coloring this piece, considering the way that I was approaching it. I was approaching coloring the hair with big chunks of pieces, and after I was done filling in the hair, I went over with the same dusty pink and further shaded. After I was done doing that, I picked up the peach color and I started to color in the skin. I did leave a few white spots to reference off for when I was going to do the white ink further in the video. I used the same technique that I used with the hair. I shaded and gave more depth with the same peach color, and I thought needed it needed a little bit more, so I picked up the dusty pink and shaded with that color as well. I also um, used the peach color to blend in the harsh edges of the dusty pink. Then I started to shade the hair with the coral color, and I just defined a little bit the hair with the coral since I really couldn't do it with the dusty pink. And after I was done with the coral on the hair, I went ahead and used it on the face. I colored in her eye color, the eyebrows, and the lips. I did use a little bit of dusty pink to blend out the harsh edges because the contrast of the peach and the coral were a little unsettling, but I played it off. Then for the sake of my life, I can't do roses, so I just colored in the funky cabbages that I did and hope for the best. I basically just let the marker do its thing with basic shapes and just, yeah. After I was done with coloring in the roses, I picked up a brown watercolor pencil. It was the only colored pencil that I had lying around. I did not want to get up to look for my other colored pencils, but this one worked just as fine. It gave a very soft render, which was what I was looking for. And I just did a lot of tedious detail work that I obviously couldn't do with the not the the very chubby nibs of the markers. This is one of my favorite parts out of the whole drawing process, just giving details, taking my time with details. It is so fun, so relaxing, and I actually find it very therapeutic. So I also rendered the roses and tried to give them a little bit more shape and structure, considering they look like very awful blobs of coral. And I really did like how the roses turned out after I finished rendering them with the brown colored pencil. After I was done rendering, I you will see that I did like a failed attempt to darken some places with ink, but unfortunately the ink was overreacting to the watercolor pencil. It didn't want to drop ink to the places that I wanted it to, so I skipped the ink and just darkened the places that I wanted to with a graphite uh, mechanical pencil. On defining the piece with the mechanical graphite pencil, I started highlighting with my Sakura jelly roll, but shortly after I switched over to my Uni-ball Signo because the Uni-ball Signo does give a more opaque white ink highlight, which was what I was looking for this particular piece. Now, highlighting is my favorite part of the piece, and I did have a lot of fun giving white details to the roses and to our little elf girl here. So this is how the finished piece turned out. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and would like to see more of them. Don't forget to subscribe for future videos. And again, thank you so much for watching.